High screen for Savion. Savion, spin move. Savion Armstrong. You want to see a demo of this young man? Rewind that play and look at that. Goodness.
Deseret News Rewind is presented by Heidemann & Associates, a full-service law firm dedicated to winning for you. Call them now for a free consultation.
Welcome into our Game of the Week moment brought to you by the Utah Army National Guard. And hey, look, if you're going to cover the best, you got to cover the state's leading scorer. And we had a chance tonight to see 3 of the top scorers in 2A and the top scorer in the entire state on the same floor in Region 17 as St. Joe's came down to take on APA West Valley in what was a great basketball game. St. Joe's comes out with a late win. It was Savion Armstrong finishing with 26 points. CJ Kierdziewski had, I think, 19 or 20 in the contest as St. Joe's got the win. Had a chance to talk with Savion Armstrong, the leading scorer in the state. Here with Savion Armstrong. And Savion, man, we had an opportunity to watch you play tonight. Really fun, your ability to get to the rim. Talk about what your experience has been like here playing for St. Joe's and now your senior season.
It's been awesome. My coach, Jenkins, I've been playing with him for a long time. I've been playing with him since I was in the 6th grade, and it's just a great opportunity to be able to play with him through my high school career. So it's been great.
You know, you're not the tallest player on the floor, but yet you get to the rim. What is it? How do you approach the game to where you just have that fearless attitude? I mean, we saw tonight where you take on 3, 4, 5 guys and find ways to finish.
It's just effort, not being scared of contact, just going up to finish, not looking for a foul, just going up to finish.
You know, a lot of people might look at 2A basketball and think, oh, they're not very good. You're really good. Roland Hall's extremely talented. A lot of scores here in APA. What's it like playing in 2A basketball? Maybe what's the thing that people most misunderstand?
It's just as competitive. It's just as competitive as the 6A, 5A schools. It's just the height difference is it's just different, but it's just as competitive.
All right, so get to know Savion a little bit. When you're not hooping it up, when you're not in the gym, on the floor, what is it you like to do in your spare time?
Listen to music. Usually, a lot of the time I am thinking about the game, to be honest. If I'm not on the court, I'm going over film, thinking about things I can improve on my game. But most of the time, I'm just listening to music, trying to get my homework done. But yeah.
Basketball junkie, we love that.
Yes,
talk about what it's like to play with CJ and Stockton, both guys that can really stroke it, score the basketball. What's it like being a part of that trio?
Shooters, it's awesome. I love it. Me being able to penetrate, it helps open up the floor because I know they're going to be able to knock down shots when I need them to. It's great being able to play with them.
You're one of the leading scorers in the state. You were the top scorer coming into tonight. What does that mean to you late in the year to be able to have that kind of personal accomplishment? This is a team game. You're a team player. What does that mean to you to be at the top of scoring in the state?
It's great. It's awesome being at the top of scoring, but I'm more focused on the wins. I'd rather go out trying to be one of the top teams in our region than being the #1 player in our region.
Big win tonight. Does this help propel you with the state tournament right around the corner? St. Joe's, you guys ready for a state tournament run?
Yes, sir, we are. That's a big confidence boost tonight. Yeah.
Awesome. Savion, congratulations on a big game and a nice win.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Boy, a young man that just eats, breathes, sleeps basketball. And maybe the most telling thing about him is when you talk to his coach, Jenkins, he says how methodical he is about the game, how even-tempered he is, just able to take feedback and go out and execute. Had a chance to talk to Coach Jenkins about the Jayhawks. Here with Coach Jenkins of St. Joe's. And Coach, gutty win tonight.
Yes.
You guys score a lot of points tonight. Offense was a little tough to come by, but you guys were able to gut one out close late.
They definitely threw us out of our rhythm. I'm impressed. Every night is something different. You know, we get a new challenge from each team we play against every week. We relish it. So, you know, it was a low-scoring game, but I told them it don't have to be pretty. As long as we get the job done, you know, that's the end-all, be-all for me.
We had a chance to get to know Savion a little bit. As his coach, what has that experience been like, and what makes him so special, so unique as a player?
Well, I've known Savion for a while now. His temperament, I think, is what makes him so special. He's willing to push himself beyond limits most kids his age don't want to do, especially in the environment we're in. You know, it's a little bit more family-oriented, not as rugged. But he does a great job of just staying poised, remembering who he is and what his goals are. And he works himself every day, every single day.
I asked him this question. Coming into tonight, he was the leading scorer in the state.
Yeah.
And he had a great response, but as his coach, Does that shock you, or what's that like to be his coach and know, hey, I've got the state's leading scorer?
Well, like I said, I've known him since he was probably 11 years old. Not even a little bit shocked. Not surprised at all. You know, sometimes the guys that start on top don't finish there. Some of the guys at the bottom have to work themselves up, and I saw he had something special in him young, and he hasn't disappointed anyone.
Savion had a big night tonight, but it's not just him with your offense. You've got CJ, Kierdziewski, Stockton, Buckway. Talk about what they bring and kind of the three-headed offensive monster that the Jayhawks have.
Well, you know, they all bring a level of confidence for each other, you know, because you know what it's like sometimes with a group. One night some guy might not be feeling too well, but instead of letting the other guy get down, they pick each other up consistently and constantly. So there's always a give and a take the way that they play the game together, man.
Talk about 2A. A lot of people see 2A and they automatically discredit, think lower level basketball. This was fun tonight. What's it like to coach in 2A and particularly Region 17?
Not to be disrespectful, but I love it, man. The other games I watch with the higher classes, sometimes the games get a little boring. They get a little monotonous, you know. We like to push the issue and just have fun. That's what the game's about. It's about having fun at the end of the day.
It was great tempo, great pace tonight. Love watching your boys play. When you're not coaching, when you're not thinking about your team, tell us something about Coach Jenkins. What do you like to do in your spare time?
I'm going to go home and watch ESPN right now. I wake up to ESPN, I go to bed to ESPN. On the way home, I'm going to listen to ESPN on my app. So that's it, man. Sports. That's what I do.
You know, one of these days, we just got to get him trained so he listens to Deseret News Rewind on the way to and from games.
I got you, man.
Coach, congratulations on a big win. Best of luck
much.
in the state tournament.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Thanks. This is a fun St. Joe's team. They love to push the tempo up and down the floor. We saw that tonight. Both teams scored a little bit below their average. The defenses came to play, had a little bit of below shooting percentages from the floor for these two, but man, it was not due to lack of energy. And you know, we talk about some of the experience for St. Joe's. Wade Hymas, just a sophomore for APA West Valley. He's one of the top scorers in the classification. Really good. We talked about Kierdziewski. His night, Stockton Buckway was a little off his scoring average for St. Joe's, but nonetheless, he made some plays late to help St. Joe's keep that lead late. But it was the Savion Armstrong show. And if there's one thing I know, a guard like that, good luck in the state tournament. 2A is going to be really fun. This region is loaded with Roland Hall, Layton Christian, APA West Valley, and St. Joe's. Keep an eye on Region 17 in 2A. For Vince Francis, my name is Dane Stewart. Thanks for joining us here on our Game of the Week. Special moment brought to you by the Utah Army National Guard.